And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate. We always like to help you with your buying decisions, help you avoid that commission-based advice that's so prevalent out there in our community. And we interview all of the best Tampa Bay expert contributors here in the great state of Florida. Tampa Bay, helping you win in any marketplace is what we say. And if you want to reach out to the show, please do 813-917-1894. Call or text that line. It's an off-air number, 813-917-1894. Any questions, comments you have, or introductions that you would like to be made, we've got over 80 different categories of consumer advocate content and advice here, ranging from CPAs, financial advisors, all types of tech experts, self-defense experts, and more here on the program. We're going to jump into some of the Tampa Bay real estate market forecast here in the show. We've got Ray Hall Appraisals on the program. We also have Tracy LeBlanc as well. She's a loan advisor. She works with Diane Vance over at Fairway Independent Mortgage. She's a reverse mortgage specialist. So we're going to talk about that product, kind of a unique product that started in the 80s with the Reagan administration. So we're going to talk about that. Plus, our feel-good story of the day, interesting one. So what are you doing with your your Christmas trees? Don't burn them. We've got a interesting story. Tampa Bay Goat Farms accepting tree donations as healthy snacks. The goats love to eat Christmas trees. How would you ever have thought about that, Ray?
No, I've never came to me.
Yeah. Hey, it's a healthy snack, and yeah.
They always say a goat will eat anything. I didn't think it went that far.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
They eat paper and all kinds of stuff, I guess. But yeah, hey, we got a great lineup for you here on the program. Before we jump into this show content, I want to thank our sponsor, Golf Cart Depot, right here in Tampa Bay. They've got the Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman, new and pre-owned. You can rent or buy, and they also offer mobile and finance repair as well. And DiscoveryGolfCars.com online, DiscoveryGolfCars.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. You know, they track these leads and things of that nature. So please do us a favor. If you reach out to them, let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. DiscoveryGolfCars.com. And we like to feature our real estate listings. It's one of the unique things that we do at our team. We're a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, Keller Williams Realty, the Platinum MVP team. We feature our listings live on air on the show. We got 2 Oak Avenue in Palm Harbor. Beautiful property, great opportunity. This is on the canal, waterfront. Bring your boats, bring your jet skis, and enjoy. You can actually boat to dinner or lunch over at the Tarpon Turtle right on Lake Tarpon. Beautiful property, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 1,500 square feet, canal that runs straight into the lake, stainless steel appliances, and more. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, so we're going to go to the phone lines with Tracy, but before we do, I want to have Ray Hall kind of introduce himself, and what do you want to talk about today, my friend?
We can talk about all sorts of stuff. We got a great real estate market going. You know, we have that article we were talking about earlier about all the increases in the values.
Yeah.
You know, we're as busy as we've ever been with my business. We've been growing. It's really been fortunate for us. And, you know, we can talk a little bit about how to prepare for that appraiser when he's coming to your house. I see a lot of stressed out people in my business.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many cups of coffee and snacks I get offered in a day just
nice.
to try to get that value up there. So
get a snack for the appraiser.
Yeah, you want some coffee? You want some water?
Yeah.
What do you think my house is worth?
There you go.
You know, a lot we can cover.
Well, $316,379 is the median income or median property. Do you think that number's high or low, or is that pretty close for what you see?
I think it's pretty close. Because for the longest time we were looking probably in, I would say, mid to low 2s.
Right, and it's gone up.
And it's gone way up. I know myself, like everybody else, I refinanced my house to get the better rate and take off some PMI, and I couldn't believe the appraised value that came in. And I'm an appraiser.
Yeah.
So, the values have really gone through the roof. We're living in a great area. As we talked about earlier, we're the highest growing area in Florida right now, I believe.
I think so. Yeah, I've heard that too.
Which has affected unfortunately, I can't even think of the word right now.
The appreciation rates?
The appreciation rates, but also our inflation rate.
Inflation, yeah.
But, it's raising for good reasons.
Yeah.
We have people coming in. We have businesses coming in.
Yeah.
It's obviously me and you are in the real estate market, and we're seeing it firsthand. So, good things are coming to Tampa. We've always said it's a great place, and the current market is proving us right.
That's right. People are voting with their feet. They're leaving a lot of these blue states, these states with lockdowns and mask mandates and high taxes. And by the way, a lot of them have cold weather, so that's another plus. But yeah, Tampa Bay real estate sizzling hot.
Oh yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day in Kentucky. She wants me to. She's an appraiser, but she wants me to help her find some income properties down here.
Nice.
And she said, "Yeah, I want to go to Florida because up here the COVID thing is ridiculous." My response was, "That's still a thing up there."
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I just spent New Year's with thousands of people over in St. Augustine. Had a great time.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
You
watch some of those old comedians like George Carlin, and they talk about people over germaphobes and washing their hands 1,000 times, and it's like it's called a cold, it's called a virus. You got to get these things, you got to work through it. His comedy skit. If you look it up, it's hilarious. But more from Ray coming up. We're going to jump back into that. I want to go to the phone lines here. We got Tracy LeBlanc on the line. Tracy, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Brandon. Thank you.
Yes, my pleasure. Great to have you on. And you work with Diane Vance, and she does a great job. And, we have a lot of times we do segments where we talk about renting and getting into home ownership. I see that as a big opportunity for people out there. There's also an opportunity for investors. And then you are a reverse mortgage specialist also.
I am a reverse mortgage specialist, yes. We have a huge population here in Florida that is coming into that range where 62 and older, you are eligible for a reverse mortgage product. And, it's a great product and can really help what's the best way to use the equity in your home? Is it to leave that equity in that asset sitting there and not being used at all? Or could you maybe use that to possibly enhance your lifestyle a little bit, or maybe delay collecting that Social Security benefit so that you can maximize that benefit at a later time? Several ways that the reverse mortgage can be used.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk a little bit about the history of this product, how it's evolved, because back in the 80s, it kind of got a bad rap. And from my understanding, is there were financial advisors that were teaming up with these reverse mortgage specialists, these unscrupulous reverse mortgage specialists, and they were putting in some type of a scam on older folks. And essentially it was like, hey, take the lump sum. Because you can set this up as a structured payment or a lump sum whenever you pull out equity. But they were saying, hey, and then talk to my financial advisor friend over here, and he can talk to you about all these great investments. Is that kind of on point with what happened back in the 80s and I think early 90s?
Right, exactly. And I think the key word that you used there is unscrupulous,
yeah.
Right? Not very different from what happened after the housing crisis that we experienced with purchase market and stuff in 2010. And the government has come in and done a lot of new regulations so to hopefully avoid that situation from happening again. What's a little bit different now with reverse mortgages is that it is backed and protected by the by HUD, Housing Urban Development. Actually, FHA protects, or I should say guarantees, the reverse mortgage product. So it's a great product because even if for some reason property values drop, never can, the home itself is not ever you'll never have to owe more than up to 90% of the value. So what was happening before was people were, just what you said, taking out money against their homes in a reverse mortgage, purchasing investments and maybe other things, and then their house lost the value. And so now they're owing more than what their house is worth, more than what they can sell it for. With the FHA being involved, there's a guarantee that will not happen again. So you would never have to owe or pay back more than what the house is worth.
Yeah, and that's great. That's a great opportunity for people that are in that category. And you can also do a home equity conversion mortgage. It's the same name for a reverse mortgage for purchase, can't you?
Yes, you can. Yeah, something that's very. When I trained for this product, that really surprised me to hear that you can actually purchase with this home equity conversion mortgage. And what a great opportunity you can either, some people want to downsize, some people want to upsize. right sizing is kind of what we call it. But, even if you're downsizing in today's market, there's a really good chance that property, you're going to be paying more for that property than you might be selling the house you're leaving for. So being able to use this product to purchase that new home, and the nice piece of it is once you get into your new home that you've just purchased with this home equity conversion mortgage, is that all you really have to pay are what you need to do to maintain the home. Mm-hmm. You have to pay your annual property taxes, and then you have to pay your homeowner's insurance. You can, if you choose to, make payments towards the principal and interest on that mortgage, on that reverse mortgage, but you do not have to. You're not required to.
Yeah, so it's a unique way, and I want to break down like a scenario where this would play out. So we're talking with Tracy LeBlanc here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. She's a reverse mortgage specialist. She works with Diane Vance. You've heard Diane on the show for years now, longtime friend of the program, Fairway Independent Mortgage. And a longtime friend of the program, and another great example of our local area expert contributors. You want to support the local economy by listening to the show and supporting the show. We greatly appreciate those that do. But a great way, to kind of break this down is sometimes when people are selling a home, for example, let's say they have, for round numbers, let's just say like a $300,000 home, and let's say if they were to net around $150,000 from the sale of that home. Then traditional, thinking is like, oh, well, let's put that money down and then do a forward mortgage, a regular mortgage. But there's opportunities, especially if you hit the age requirement. You got to be 62 years old to hit that age requirement. But you could do a reverse mortgage, and simply it works a little bit differently. Can you walk us through that, Tracy? Like how that would work if somebody's selling the home, they've got a little bit of equity. Because I like the idea, because what it does is I believe it's around a 50% loan to value, meaning half money down, half of a loan, and then you have an opportunity to keep some money liquid, because there's always that rainy day fund that you need. The car might break down, medical bills, other issues could potentially come up. Can you walk us through a scenario like that?
You are exactly right, Brandon. And it is the equity that you need to keep in the home that remains in the home. It's going to be a little bit variable depending on several different things. One can be the age of the home buyer. So what's kind of nice is that at 62, you can actually get a little bit more than that 50% equity, which does exactly what you said. You're selling your home, you're making maybe $150,000. You don't necessarily have to take that $150,000 and invest it into your next home. Keeping that, just what you said, keeping that asset liquid. Maybe you want to do some renovations on that home, or maybe you're planning a trip, or maybe, that's money that you can also use as an asset to live on.
Right.
So there are several different ways that obviously, like not having to put all of what you make on one sale into the next sale is, it's a great opportunity. And again, you're also keeping money in your pocket each month by not having to pay, not being required to make that principal and interest payment because it's a reverse mortgage.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back more with Tracy as well, and Ray Hall in the house, Ray Hall Appraisals here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to dive more into this product. Also, Tampa Bay home market real estate forecast, 28.7% was the number that home values have gone up in the previous year. Find out what they predict for next year. Plus, our feel-good story of the day coming up as well. Tampa Bay Goat Farm accepting Christmas tree donations as healthy snacks. It's over in Thonotosassa, Florida here. So we'll be right back after the short break. We would love for you to follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram, Twitter, and Getter, and also our YouTube channel as well. Please follow our YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Real Estate on YouTube. We'll be right back after the short break.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text. Have you desired more income and more freedom in your life? Now is your time. Keller Williams Realty has just launched our own real estate school, and you can get licensed for free. I'm Brandon Rhymes, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And for the first 3 people who reach out, I will personally coach you. 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, featuring our real estate listings live on air. If you're thinking about listing a property, you should definitely interview us. We've got some very unique strategies, and we help our sellers profit more and sell faster, utilizing our innovation with radio, TV, and internet marketing. We've got a property here at 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard. This is a commercial property, 7 acres, zone C2. So it'd be perfect for a boutique hotel, assisted living facility, and it's in a great location on Land O'Lakes Boulevard. Very busy thoroughfare in northern Hillsborough County, kind of South Pasco there. 5602 Land O'Lakes Boulevard. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Also, single-family home at 15806 Adobe Drive in Hudson. This is a 2-story property, beautiful flooring throughout, tile flooring throughout. 15806 Adobe Drive. You got 2,600 plus square feet, 8 bedrooms. It's a large home, 8 bedrooms, 4 bath. You got gas and wood-burning fireplace combo, vaulted ceiling, stainless steel appliances, and a gas stove. Beautiful property. You can see all of our listings at PlatinumMVPteam.kw.com. All right, so we've got Ray Hall in the house, Ray Hall Appraisals here in studio. Tracy LeBlanc is on the lines. She is a mortgage professional here in Tampa Bay. I want to bring Ray into the conversation. And Ray, you do appraisals for all different folks, different types of loan types, you know, the conventional FHA, VA, all these different types. USDA is a more rural type of product. But one of the things that people need to know is, you know, how to deal with the appraiser, you know, whenever they're coming out to inspect the home.
Yep. You know, the best thing to always do is just let the appraiser do what they're doing. You know, a lot of times I get the people who want to be the tour guide.
Yep.
You know, they want to point out that the room that has the refrigerator and the stove is the kitchen. They want to tell me the one that has the toilet and the shower is the bathroom. 17 years, I got it down. So a lot of times is, you know, let the appraiser do what he's got to do. If you have something to give the appraiser, wait till the end. He usually doesn't have a free hand. Or email it to us. A lot of times they give me a big giant packet, which I'm going to take pictures of and just put in the file. But we'll wait until after. You know, also, if for most mortgages, the appraisal is being done as is value, not subject to completion. So don't take up all the time telling the appraiser what you want to do to the house, because our value is as of the day we set foot. Because we get that a lot, because you know, these days we're busy, and you know, we've got to be as efficient as possible with our time. You know, a lot of people also tell me, what can I do before you get here to increase the value? And I give them the same answer: renovate your kitchen and bathrooms. Well, I can't do that. I said, then don't worry about it. You know, I didn't have a chance to clean up. I'm not looking at your stuff. You know, the appraiser is not looking at your personal items. We're coming in and we're looking at the walls. We're looking at the floors. We want to know what you did to the house. How does it compare to other houses in the neighborhood? So I've been in houses where people stayed up all night cleaning just to help out the appraisal. And I felt bad telling him, you really should have just got some sleep, and you know, you'd have a better day.
Exactly.
So, you know, once you make that appointment, there's really not much you can do.
What about curb appeal? Planting some flowers, putting in some mulch, does that help at all?
You know what? And like you just said, that's curb appeal.
Yeah.
You know, is it really increasing that value? No, it's kind of more of a, if you're looking to sell the house, and I highly recommend you always, work on that curb appeal when selling.
Yeah.
But again, the appraiser is looking at, what's in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
How does your house compare to them?
Right.
Some of that little stuff, color of paint, things like that. That's kind of a hard thing to really put value on, or
Right.
a lack of value, or things like that.
Yeah.
So don't worry too much about that. If you have, especially, we were talking about reverse mortgages here.
Yeah.
Now I do appraisals for those, and they have to be to FHA or to HUD guidelines for the HUD handbook. Make sure your house is in working order. I've gone out to houses before where the plates are off of the outlets. That can't pass an FHA appraisal.
Right.
Or, that outlet box in the ceiling where the ceiling fan goes is open,
Yep.
and there's a wire. You can't do that.
Right.
So if you're doing something like an FHA loan or a reverse mortgage or a USDA, go through the house, make sure the house is safe. If you have a deck, put up handrails. If paint is chipping and your house was constructed before 1978, scrape the paint and just put a quick coat over it. It doesn't have to be perfect,
Yep.
but we can't see chipping paint because of the possibility of lead poisoning.
Okay.
So make the house look good, make it safe, and you'll have no problems with that FHA appraisal.
Yeah, that's good advice. We're talking with Ray Hall Appraisals here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, and Ray's been a long time contributor on the program, and a lot of times, when you look at these valuations, people, sometimes you don't hit that number.
No.
What are some of the main reasons why, or maybe a little bit into? Can you kind of peel back the onion a little bit and show us, like, you have certain things you have to do as an appraiser, like one is like bracket the subject, right?
Correct.
In terms of square footage and sales price, is that right?
Bracket everything.
Bracket everything.
So,
meaning one higher, one lower.
One higher, one lower. And when we say bracket, so, if I have my subject property has a 10,000 square foot lot, I better have all of them within that kind of area, maybe 10,100 or whatever. Or if that's hard to find, this happens in acreage a lot when I have like a 1 acre parcel.
Right.
I'm going to have something with half an acre or 5 acres unless I have 1 acre comparables.
Yeah.
But what we can't do is adjust everything upwards or everything downwards.
Right.
You'll notice at the bottom of your appraisal, there's a plus and a minus box. One is checked. And then there's the net and gross adjustment percentages at the bottom. We try to keep within 15% of the net adjustments and 25% of the gross.
Yep.
That's the percentage of the overall sale price. So if I have a $100,000 house and I made a $10,000 adjustment for condition, that's a $10,000 gross adjustment and net adjustment in that respect. Or I should say that one is the net. All of the adjustments put together divided by that sale price is the gross adjustment. But you'll see that plus and minus. Now, if I go across the board and I adjust up on every single one of my comparables, the lender comes back and says, you can't do that.
Right.
Show us what the bottom is. And a lot of times, back in 2004 and 5, they didn't argue with us, really. We sent the appraisal out. Usually they might have 1 or 2 questions, very rarely, but we never heard back. The lender is now way more involved in the appraisal process. And I've had it come back where they say to me, we think you're wrong.
Yeah.
We disagree. And I have to go further into explaining why.
Yeah.
If my appraisal comes in below the contract price, a lot of times I have to now go and explain, why is your value below the contract price? Why couldn't you support that sale price?
Right.
So, a lot of people think that we're just kind of going out there, we're in and out in 15 minutes, we're going back to the office, slapping on a number and sending it out. But trust me,
it's a lot of work, man.
It's a lot of work. And
it's detailed.
Yeah. It used to be I could do this job by myself all day long. Now I have a staff of 7 people.
Yeah.
So the process has become much more involved, much more detailed. And like I said, I think the appraisals these days are a lot more credible than what we had in the past.
Yeah, and you go through AMC, so they got that layer in between you and the client, or the lender. In a lot of cases, there's an appraisal management company in the middle that kind of sends out the work. In other words. So more with Ray Hall Appraisals. Also Tracy LeBlanc as well, loan advisor, reverse mortgage specialist here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Ray Hall in the house. We'll be right back after this short break. Coming up, our feel-good story of the day, Tampa Bay Goat Farm accepting Christmas tree donations as healthy snacks in our feel-good story of the day. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter and Getter, and our YouTube channel has 1,200 videos on it. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Go ahead.
Hey, Tracy.
Yes.
What would be like the next talking points? Because I see you said you'd like to reach out to your previous clients. Is that something you want to talk about?
I think doing an annual mortgage review is a great tool, a great thing for everybody to do on a regular basis. Yeah. So even reverse clients, potential reverse clients, could, looking at your mortgage.
Okay.
Great topic.
Perfect. I will. I'll kind of tee it up with the annual mortgage review then.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. Cool. You got it.
All right. Thanks.
All right, guys. Here we go.
All right. Stand by.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And real excited about a new development with Keller Williams Realty. We launched our own real estate school. So it's a great opportunity. If you ever thought of getting into real estate, now is the time. Not only is the market hot, but we also have opportunities to pay for your licensing. So you can get licensed through Keller Williams Realty for free. We have our own school. It's powered by Kaplan, and locally it's the Bob Hogue School of Real Estate. Great school. But yeah, think about that as a side hustle. Just by introducing, if you want to be a referral agent, you simply introduce us to people that are looking to buy, sell, or invest, and then you make 25% referral fees on these types of deals. And they're going to get taken, great care of with our team, the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, top 100 ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. So we'd love to help you with that. And let's give a shout out our show sponsor, Ramin Kazami, Heights Soft Wash. He's a pressure washing company right here in Tampa Bay. He's a great guy, small business owner right here in Tampa Bay. Ramin Kazami, Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing. He's done a few of our properties and does a great job with it. So I highly recommend reaching out to Ramin Kazami, Heights Soft Wash here in beautiful Tampa Bay, taking clean to new heights. HeightsSoftWash.com. All right, a couple of hot listings here for this segment. We got a property, we got a rental property. Glenda on our team has 1807 Union Street available for rent in Clearwater. We don't do a lot of rentals, but when we do, this is a nice one. This is $3,800 a month is the asking rent price. 1807 Union Street in Clearwater. 2,600 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2 car garage. Got an open floor plan updated kitchen, spacious galley kitchen, and a hot tub as well. Wind down in the hot tub. Beautiful property here in Tampa Bay. 5 minutes from downtown Dunedin. What a great place to live, work, and play in that Dunedin area. Beautiful place, beautiful area. People love to be in that area. All right, we've got a property at 12631 Hobson Simmons Road. This is a property that is acreage available for development. Maybe I'll talk to Ray a little bit about development as well, because that's, when you get into land and development and how you structure those deals, it's an interesting conversation to have. But you've got up to 12 acres here. You got water, sewer, power, cable, all available. Opportunity for builders and developers. Prime opportunity to build. Country estate, beautiful country area as well. Maybe you want to buy it and just own it as an estate. But you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, so we're going to go back to the phone lines here with Tracy LeBlanc. She is a loan advisor, reverse mortgage specialist. Tracy LeBlanc, mortgageadvisor.com is the site. But this time of year, a lot of people are kind of looking at a reset here, and not the great reset like the globalists are talking about. We're talking about on a local level, what are people looking at doing with their finances? And one of the things that you were telling me about is an annual mortgage review.
That's right, Brandon. It's always a good idea to talk with your loan advisor about your mortgage, and especially where you were just saying that the home values increased over 28% in the Tampa area in this past year. So what that tells me is that folks have equity in their homes. So what do you want to do with that equity? Again, going back to that question, are you paying private mortgage insurance? If you are, should you be? Do you still need to be paying private mortgage insurance? There's ways to get, that's why an annual review is really helpful, because we can help you get rid of that private mortgage insurance if your home has increased in value 28%. Just makes sense. And you don't have to refinance necessarily to do that. If you do want to take out some cash on your house, are you thinking about doing a project at the house? Do you need to pay for college, for your kids to go to college? Or are you thinking about upgrading? Maybe you're thinking you're going to sell. So now's also a good time. Okay, what's going on with your mortgage now? And, what do you need to do to get ready to sell?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are great ideas. And by the way, PMI, a lot of people, sometimes we say these terms I don't think people fully understand. Like PMI, private mortgage insurance, it does nothing to add value to you as the homeowner. It simply protects the investor, so it's private mortgage insurance. So it protects the investor. Yeah, they give you a little bit higher loan to value in trade-off, but this is something that you can do an updated appraisal, Ray, right? So so in that sense, you can do an appraisal after you had the mortgage, maybe, with these appreciation values that we're seeing, maybe 18 months, 12 months, whatever that number is.
Yeah.
So sometimes people can contact you directly, say, hey, Ray, can you do an appraisal? I want to try to remove my PMI. Talk to me about that.
Well, that's something that does have to be ordered by the lender.
Okay.
We can certainly help out with that. A lot of times I've had people call me up. They want me to do the appraisal. They talk to the lender. The lender puts me on the list. And I can go ahead and do that. But yeah, send the appraiser out. We do the appraisal, and as long as that LTV is usually at about 80% loan to value, they'll go ahead and take that PMI off, and that can save you a considerable amount of money.
Yeah.
When I purchased my house, when I had it built, we went through an FHA mortgage, and I believe my PMI was about $285 a month.
Yeah.
And now I've lowered the rate. I've gotten rid of the PMI. I paid off the loan on my swimming pool.
Yep.
And my mortgage payment didn't change.
Yeah.
And so it was good to get into that loan and everything, but taking off that private mortgage insurance, like you said, it's not helping you any.
Yeah.
There's no point in keeping it.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
285, multiply that times 12. I mean, that's a good number. 3,000 range, per year.
Per year, yeah.
Great opportunity to do that. So why don't you, if you are out there and you're thinking, hey, I'd love to, take action here, just reach out to the hotline, 813-917-1894. Just call or text the hotline, 813-917-1894. We'll put you right in touch with Tracy and her team and help you with that as well. And by the way, Ray also does some appraisals. Ray, are you doing that anymore? I know you're so busy, but would you do those you called it an owner's use appraisal. If you
Yeah,
want to
we could certainly start helping out now that I have a lot more staff going on. I have some people that can come out and assist me on that. But we can, if you're wondering that the value of your house for any reason whatsoever, a lot of people think that only the lenders can hire the appraiser, and that's just not true.
Right.
Anybody can hire an appraiser for any reason. So if you're just wondering what your house is worth, or even if maybe you feel like your appraisal came in low, we can certainly do a field review on that and take a look and see if we do agree or disagree with the appraisal that was on there.
Yep.
Can't guarantee you that we're going to be on your side with it, but we can certainly help you kind of maybe even give you some clarity as to why the house appraised the way it did.
Yeah.
So, anytime, anything appraisal related, please call my office. We can even I can find a few minutes just to sit down and talk with you.
Yep.
One thing I do now is, now that I have a bigger staff, I stay in the office 2 days a week so that I can take care of more issues like this and help people out.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you can also text the hotline as well, just to, if you want to get a value check, just text value to 813-917-1894. So either way you want to go there, 813-917-1894. By the way, any introductions that you'd like, if you need a CPA, a financial advisor, an attorney, mortgage, real estate, credit, finance, estate and tax planning, all these different areas, just reach out to the hotline. We'd love to do that. We greatly appreciate it when you do call into the program. It really helps us, kind of get the show moving here and keep the show moving forward in a positive way. We're talking with Tracy LeBlanc on the line as well. She's a loan advisor, reverse mortgage specialist, and also Ray Hall Appraisals here in studio. And I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, in the Consumer Quarterback Show. So I want to go back to Tracy. One of the things I was looking at, Tracy, too, in our show notes is I love how you say, it's a great time to reach out to past clients. You reach out to your previous clients, you call them with an update, you offer any type of services to them, and it's a great time to do that this time of the year, kind of reassess what the goals are for the year.
Absolutely. This time of year, we're all looking at our goals. Some of us are even making resolutions. I'm looking at my goals for the year, and what do I want to do? I obviously want to help the most people that I'm able to help, and there are so many ways that I'm able to do that, whether it's them being able to get into their first home, maybe they're being able to take cash out on their current home so that they can do a home improvement or take that trip that they wanted, or all sorts of different reasons why to take cash out, right? Yep. Help that senior or the person who's hitting age 62, looking at their retirement plan and, what's going to be the best move for them as far as that asset that they currently hold. Because for most of us, our home is our largest asset. And so looking at it is how can we make that asset work for us? And there are several ways. It's not just buying and selling always, although that certainly has been a great way. For some folks to make the most of that asset is by selling, but we want to look at that and reaching out. I'm reaching out to past clients saying, hey, what do you got going on this year? If you think you're going to be upgrading this year, then who are you talking to? Did you like the agent that you used before, or do you need a referral? Do you need me to give you the name of somebody, a new agent who can help you? Maybe you're moving to a new area.
Yep.
And these are things that folks don't always reach out to me and ask me questions for, so that's why it's important for me to stay in contact with my past clients.
Absolutely. Yep. And it's always good to touch base with your previous clients, and especially with us now having that real estate school. That's something I'm doing right now, is offering that out. People can get a side hustle going on, get that secondary income coming in. And hey, by the way, you might want to pull cash out, and you're noticing we talked about in the early part of the show 28.7% over the past year alone. And next year we're also predicting a 24.5%. So it's down a little bit as far as the increase in values go. Maybe you pull out cash and you turn into an investor. You do a loan and you get a small amount down, or put some money down, and then buy a property, and all of a sudden now you're building wealth through real estate, like so many people have. You're building wealth, buying a duplex, triplex, a quad. Now you got three or four tenants in that building, and you talk about passive cash income. That's a great opportunity. That's a smart money move to do in the Tampa Bay area as well. Of course, throughout the state, anywhere, of course, we can help you with that as well, and also out of state. So hey, let's take a quick quick break here. When we come back, we're going to get our feel-good story in. More with Tracy, LeBlanc, Ray Hall. We're going to have our parting words of wisdom, nuggets of advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you stop by and check out consumerqb.com.
The Consumer Quarterback Show will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in
813-917-1894.
Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing. Check out consumerqb.com.
Looking for a venue to host your next business or family event? Make it Largo Event Center. The Consumer Quarterback Show has used the Largo Event Center, and the hall and service you get is fantastic. Over 8,500 square feet of meeting space, perfect for events, expos, and trade shows. Upstairs offers space for smaller meetings and groups to include use of their lounge and game room. Plenty of room outside for car shows or food truck events and concerts. Largo Event Center is just west of US 19 on 126th Avenue. For booking and details, visit largoeventcenter.com. That's largoeventcenter.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team. Keller Williams Realty. Every day, we like to tell you something positive here in our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
So this is an interesting one. We talked about the goats and their appetites for Christmas trees, but Tampa Bay Goat Farm is accepting Christmas tree donations as healthy snacks, and this is out of Thonotosassa, Florida. Forget about tossing that Christmas tree out onto the curb. The Grady Goat Foundation will gladly take it off your hands. According to the organization, Christmas trees are a yummy treat for goats. The branches are also great head scratchers and back scratchers. We can take any tree that doesn't have tinsel or flocking on it. The goats love to eat it. It's a healthy snack for them. Grady Goat Foundation Farm co-owner Debbie Canton said in a recent interview. And if you'd like to donate your Christmas tree, go to gradygoat.org. gradygoat.org. So, hey, I love that idea. Recycling, and the goats get a nice treat.
I'm all for helping the goats.
There you go. That's pretty cool. It reminds me of like one of the Adam Sandler comedy skits or something, Saturday Night Live maybe, but kind of silly stuff there. But yeah, hey, so for this segment, I want to touch on a couple of our listings on Nebraska Avenue here in Tampa Bay. We do vacant land, commercial listings, residential listings as well. But we've got 2 on Nebraska Avenue. 4214 North Nebraska Avenue is a dry cleaner that's available for sale. Great opportunity here in central Tampa, that Seminole Heights area. 4214 North Nebraska. This is a dry cleaning business. You get the real estate and the business. 2,500 square feet, located in Seminole Heights. Extra storage area. You got 2 bathrooms as well. Equipment and business included. Also, an adjacent property, another corner lot property. These are both corner lots. 4302 North Nebraska Avenue. This is a professional office building. Beautiful wood flooring. You've got your own private billboard as well. So if you ever thought about buying your own office and having your own location, maybe even renting out, subleasing some of the other rooms, you can do that here. Spacious office building, Seminole Heights, wood flooring, decorative fireplace, and corner lot with 40 to 50,000 vehicles a day passing by both of these businesses. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, I want to go back to our expert contributors here. We got Tracy LeBlanc. She's a loan advisor, reverse mortgage specialist here in Palm Harbor. And also Ray Hall Appraisals in studio. Ray, I did kind of tease a development talk, just a little bit about that. Talk to us about how you look at vacant land and then even some of the development ideas that we've talked about in the past.
Oh, yeah. Vacant land, not every parcel is the same. A lot of people look at a piece of land and say, develop this, and it's not so much the case. There's a lot involved in it, like we've discussed. Zoning. One aspect that people don't realize is future land use.
Yes, that's big.
That's really what your, in most areas, that's what your allowable density is based on. And what I mean by density is how many units per acre can you develop? Is it 1 unit per 10 acres, or are we, at 10 units per acre?
Yeah, and that's a lot of times you see like R5 would mean R residential 5 per acre,
per
right?
acre, correct.
And just because it says that doesn't mean that that's what they're going to give you.
Exactly.
Or what you can fit,
right?
Based on...
You've got to worry about level of service of the roadway.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. Also, what's going on in the area. In fact, if I saw correctly, the one you have listed, is there a development going up next door?
Maybe that 5602 Land O'Lakes.
Yep.
The one
Well, that one, I think there was the other vacant land. It looked like there was something going on next door.
Hobson Simmons, yeah.
So what's helpful there is you've already got that kind of development going on.
Yeah.
So, and because I've actually sat with the zoning board before.
Yep.
And they look at not even what's going on in that area, what's going on that side of the street.
Yep.
I had a situation where I was working with someone who wanted to convert their house to an assisted living facility. And basically they said, sure, there's commercial uses on that street, but it's all on the other side of the street. It's not on your side of the street.
Oh, wow.
And so looking at your property there, that was kind of the first thing that caught my eye was, well, they're developing next door.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be an easier process to go through it. Now, not saying it's an easy process, just maybe easier than if you were out in the middle of nowhere and decided to, make your own development.
Right.
They do look at things like that. Again, level of service. And they may ask you to do things like widen the road.
Yeah.
If most developments, if you're going to have any kind of population in there, you need what's called a deceleration lane and an acceleration lane. And that's the lanes you turn into that have the arrow to go in.
Yep.
The developer builds that. The county's not going to build that for you.
Yep, that's right.
So there's a lot of expenses involved. There's a lot of things involved. That's why you always want to work with someone who's experienced and educated in the matter. Because I've seen people try to develop land and just lose a lot of money doing it because they weren't educated in how to do it.
Yeah, it's a challenging thing for a lot of people to understand it, and especially even for the sellers. You're in for a ride. This is a 6-month, 8-month process if you are a seller of that land. Yep. You talk about the utilities, the sewer, the water, the cable, the power, all of those different questions. By the way, you can't run any water off into the neighboring properties. All that water has to either sip through the ground or you got to build retention ponds, and that cuts into your profit because now where you could have put that townhome or that multifamily project, now you got to put water there. Yep. So it gets into a specific specific niche and a buyer, and then the future land use. There's a lot to consider as well. So Ray Hall Appraisals. I want to get a final thought from both you and Tracy here. So nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Tracy, give us your final thought here.
Yeah, my final thought is if your loan advisor that you worked with previously to purchase your home hasn't reached out to you to do that that annual mortgage review, reach out to them or call me, call myself, call Diane. We'd be happy to help you with that.
Yeah, reach out. We'd love to help you, introduce you to Tracy and Diane, and they do such a great job. They're top 3 lender in the country, by the way. I want to brag about you guys a little bit. Top 3 lender in the country, and there's a lot of lenders out there. If you think about it, everywhere you look, you see a realtor or you see a mortgage company, and then maybe right next behind them would be like personal injury attorneys. But so to be the top 3 lender in the country, that speaks volumes, Tracy.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Brandon. And we've also been rated as the top lender in the country to work for. It's a great organization, and Fairway is, and I myself really, really appreciate being able to work for them.
Right. And I know Diane's also talked about you have a heavy heart for veterans over there, do a lot of work with the different veteran organizations as well.
We sure do. Yeah, that's right. We actually, I know Diane had talked about the 16 dogs that were given away recently, Pearl Harbor Day.
Yes.
For the total of 2021, we gave away 101 service dogs.
Wow, that's awesome. That is so good to help those folks out that put it all on the line for us. We love our veterans.
Yes, absolutely.
Ray Hall Appraisals, final thought, my friend.
Final thought, my always final thought, don't go through the real estate market alone. Get with a professional. Get with a good realtor. Get somebody with some experience, because it's not a simple task. It's not easy. Some markets make it look easy, but you're going to do much better with your real estate investments and just, your home buying experience if you work with experienced people.
Yep.
So call me if you need an appraisal. Call Brandon when you want to list.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to talk to you. 813-917-1894, consumer hotline, 813-917-1894. And final thought from me, I would like to just help renters out there, because a lot of times people have these problems in the past, and there's so much talk about letting go of the past, kind of setting that goal for the future. But if you can get into home ownership versus renting, when you're renting, you're paying someone else's mortgage, you're not really owning the property. You could get startled with any time, like, hey, sorry, I got the property under contract, I'm selling it. You got to vacate in 30 days, 45 days. I mean, imagine the stress that's going to add to a lot of times an already busy single mom's life, or even a single parent dad. Get into home ownership. It's a great way to build wealth. It's a great way to have tax advantages and to get into the game when you see the properties appreciating. By the way, your rents are only going to go up. They're probably not going to go down, right? So think about that. Rent versus own analysis we can do for you as well. And I appreciate all the folks that reached out this last week. We had a lot of calls, an uptick in calls from people reaching out. I think this new year is kind of bringing people around on it. So, hey, I want to thank Tracy LeBlanc, reverse mortgage specialist, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Ray Hall Appraisals. Always a pleasure having you in studio as well.
Thanks for having me.
And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. Lots of ways you can get involved in the community. Maybe donate some time at a soup kitchen. Donate, do some volunteering. That's something we really strive for our family, our daughter, to do as well. Get into that process and that habit of giving back in the community. So thanks so much. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. Consumer Quarterback Show page out there. We're on Getter as well. YouTube, LinkedIn. You can find us everywhere. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.